Of all the warm-blooded creatures, birds hold the distinct advantage of flight. For that reason, they are able to migrate long distances. Even though birds have the power of flight, they are locked to the land by its changing patterns. Many birds migrate in order to find warmer weather, food, and breeding grounds. From late March to early April in north central Illinois, these birds will either be making a pit stop on their way further north or will be settling down to nest and raise their young. Waterfowl, including ducks, geese, cranes, pelicans, and swans, make one of the longest migrations each spring from the southern hemisphere to the northern hemisphere. A controlled burn will bring new life to the prairie, but already in full swing is this marsh. Waterfowl choose lakes, rivers, small ponds, and marshes like this one to begin breeding in spring and throughout the summer. Of all the birds that migrate to these ponds, one of them looks like a chicken, the pied-billed grebe. And just like a chicken, it prefers an alternative to flight to escape its predators. By releasing air trapped in its wings, the pied-billed grebe is able to dive underwater swiftly. In some cases, however, diving will be the worst idea. These two grebes here are locked in a courtship display. Now for a takeoff artist, look no further than the blue-winged teal. This small duck has one of the quickest takeoff times from the water. In the air, it is one of the fastest. Small flocks can twist and turn much like skilled fighter jets can maneuver. In flight, these birds can be identified by a beautiful blue wing mark. A bird that has no problem being noticed is the American coot. These birds are often confused for ducks. An easy way to identify these birds is the way they bob their heads back and forth when they paddle along the surface. Another way these birds differ from ducks is their feet. Ducks have web feet, while coots and grebes have lobe feet. For the coot, this means it isn't the fastest swimmer, but fares better on land than most ducks. Coots are usually seen in small flocks, diving for food on the bottom of ponds and marshes. Their diet consists of plants, mollusks, crustaceans, and even amphibians. One of the most common marsh birds that can be seen all over North America. Canada goose may be the most common migratory bird to North America, seen everywhere from city parks to remote tundra. What makes this bird unique is that they mate for life. Once mated, this pair will do everything together, from eating, swimming, flying, and rearing their young. And occasionally playing bingo. These eggs will hatch in about a month. The nest was built by the female, and she will do most of the incubating. Both the male and the female will keep a watchful eye out for predators. In the fall, the whole family will head down south to winter. Next spring, the babies will be ready to mate on their own, and the parents ready to start a new family. This next duck can normally be seen bottoms up. The mallard duck feeds by tipping up and submerging its head underwater to feed on aquatic plant life and invertebrates. This way of feeding is called dabbling. This pair will soon create a nest, right on the water's edge. Females will be in charge of incubation and rearing the young. Mallards are the commonest duck in the world, found in North America, Europe, and Asia. They are a common sight in city ponds and take well to civilization. The male mallard is easily recognized by its bright green head, and a female, usually spotted close by, is brown in color. These birds do not travel very far to migrate. Most winter in the southern half of the United States, and breed in the northern half. When startled, the mallard can leap into the air for takeoff. Pairs were formed over winter, and they will stay together throughout the summer. If separated, they will call to each other, knowing each owns distinctive call. This next duck has no problem shoveling in its food. The northern shoveler has a bill twice as wide at the tip than at the base, giving it a shovel-like appearance. No duck in North America has a bigger bill than the northern shoveler. It uses that shovel-like bill to sift its food out from the water and mud. You may hear the wood duck many times before you actually see one. The male has a beautiful green head with a crest, while the female has an overall brown appearance. The wood duck is a dabbler in the water, but can walk well on land, so it feeds on everything from acorns to salamanders. Considered by some the most beautiful waterfowl, the wood duck has quite a reputation. That beauty may be why so many people put up nest boxes for it each and every year. The wood duck is one of the only few ducks that nest in tree cavities or nest boxes. The cavity can either be right above the water or in some instances a mile away. The female and male pair up in January and are ready to breed by the time they arrive in spring. Another unique trait of the wood duck is that they regularly produce 2 broods of ducklings in 1 year. With a little patience, you will be rewarded by viewing this striking duck. And who knows, you may even fall in love with it. All you need is a pair of binoculars and some patience. Head to a local forest preserve and take a walk. Many of these birds can be seen in your local forest preserves and parks. Birdwatching, or birding, is practiced by 60 million people in North America, making it the single largest hobby in North America. Don't be intimidated by that number though. Birding can be practiced from young to old and no matter what skill level.